So how all of you are doing? So we are in the fourth program. Yes. Can all of you chat in the box till now? What are all topics we have learned? Let us see how many of you remember. Yes. What all topics have we covered? The topic's name. I think let me give it. One second. Chat. Yes, now you can chat. Yes, what all topics have been covered till now? Yes. All of you are there. Switch on your videos. All of you switch on your videos. Yes, Arnav. Self-confidence, art of concentration, our blissful identity. Yes. Ritesh, Shripriya, Vishnushri. Yes. Yes. So last time we introduced Sankirtan. How many of you like Sankirtan? Raise hand. Yeah. Huh. Sankirtan is a very nice process in this age. The that doesn't cost anything much from your end. Doesn't cost much, but it will give you that ecstasy which you cannot get it even after spending thousands of crores of rupees. Yes, because it is in the platform of soul. So only we introduced the our blissful identity. All of you clearly have got the idea, right? That how we are different from the body. We are soul, and who live forever in the spiritual world. And somehow we are actually roaming here in this world. But to awaken the reality of the soul, to awaken ourselves, the process recommended in this age is Sankirtan. Sankirtan means Samyak Kirtana, means all together they are coming, everyone together, they are coming as a congregation, and they're clapping and chanting the names. Very blissful, actually. Very, very blissful. So we will start with 5 minutes Sankirtan. Okay, all of you are ready? Yes. Okay. So you can, when I stop, you can in your own places you can sing it loudly, and if you hear attentively the mantra. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Auravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashyatyarisha Parine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shiva Sadi Bhakta. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone, can clap your hands. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Everyone, loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And clap your hands and sing loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Kaliuga Pavana Shri Harinam Sankirtan Kare, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yes. So let us begin with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes. 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 Today we'll be discussing a very important topic. So, art of self-discipline. You know, in our life, this aspect of discipline matters a lot. Hmm? Because that's what when you go out will save you. If you don't know how to present yourself and how to behave, it will, though you might be good in your studies, but people will not appreciate you. So it is very important to have discipline. Yes, and Bhagavad Gita gives certain uh, steps to discipline ourselves. Yes, it's very important. So let us go on the topic. All of you can see the screen. How many of your parents have corrected you and you're crying? Sometimes parent will correct you, right? Hey, if you are doing wrong, they will discipline you. Yes. Hey, sit in one place. I have become so mischievous. Yeah? Yes. How many of you got this experience that your parents correcting and you are crying? Yes. So it is required. This is the time wherein all of you can be corrected. Later, when you grow, it is very difficult. Just like a small plant can be easily bent, but when we become a tree, can it be bent? You cannot bend it. So now all of you are like wet cement. Wet cement, whatever you do, it will get etched. Easily you can do something on a wet cement. But when it becomes dry, it will become very hard. You cannot do anything with the dry cement. No? So now all of you are like wet cement. Slowly will become dry, hard. Then whatever it is said, it will not go to your head. You have your own conceptions and you will live in that. So before becoming a tree-like person, you should actually cultivate nice principles. So only this program is directing all the students to learn nice values in the very childhood. So art of concentration you learned, self-confidence you learned, correct, na? And finally the wonderful aspect of our blissful identity you learned. So all these things, will it not help you in your life? This is, will it not help all these aspects what we are teaching, correct, na? It's a practical basis. That's what we need. Say ultimately by studying maths and science, you cannot, it will not come to your help in your as a person. Will a science come to you, help as a person to you? No, you are a personality, your soul. Your soul. Maths will not help for the soul. Yes, science will not help. That is for livelihood. So you need to learn that so that you can skills and abilities so that you can earn some livelihood. But as a person, as a soul, all of you are. So your requirement is different. Correct, na? So we understood how much important there's a requirement of connecting to God in order to relish that relationship with God. Yes, soul. We all of us are seeking for relationship, and how to establish that? That also we thought. Simple process, Sankirtan. So, on a practical basis, day-to-day basis, this program, whatever we are teaching, is a very relevant to all of you. Very, very relevant. Yes. If you can cater whatever we are telling, if you can follow, you will be happy, and you can put full stop to all the problems of your life. Yes. Then what? If not what? People will simply create problems. People without having proper knowledge of the self, without having proper knowledge of the goal of life. They are simply creating problems in the world. And for the created problems, they are breaking their head to find solution. Why to unnecessarily create problem and break the head to find solution? Correct, na? First of all, don't create problem. Huh? Why people create problem? Because they don't have proper knowledge of Atma Tattva. And what is this world? What is my relationship? Why am I here? Why this world is there? Where I will go after 100 years? So all these things are important questions to be asked. Yes. And only an intelligent person can come to get an answer by approaching a guru. Tadvignartam sa gurumeva vigachet. Samitpani Shotri Brahmanishtam. Shotriya Brahmanishtam. So, in order to understand all these things, you have to approach a guru, teacher. You cannot understand on your own. So, by Krishna's grace, all of you have got this opportunity to understand these life lessons from the very childhood. Yes. So now you should all follow these things. Whatever we are teaching, follow, because we are teaching not on some bhoga scripture. No, it is based on the authentic Bhagavad Gita. Can you just think of? Authentic Bhagavad Gita, which has been appreciated across all the streams of scientists, philosophers, everyone appreciates. And you are so fortunate that you are getting this wisdom now only. Yes. So all of you are feeling fortunate that, sir, we are so fortunate that now only we are receiving all this wonderful wisdom. Yes. So your life will be blissful. So there are, and in the path of our progress, there is also importance to discipline ourselves. Let us understand. Let us see what Krishna tells regarding how to discipline ourselves, because that plays an important role in the society. Yes. Yeah. So correct, na? Punctuality. You should be on time. Discipline means punctuality. Time. Every day, everything has a particular time where you do things in particular time. Yes. Yes. That's a clock is there here. Yes. So to be self-disciplined means to take how we should know how to take good advice. Many times we turn our face from parents, we turn our face from teachers. We're not ready to listen, ready to hear. So first step is actually you should hear. You should know how to take good advice. Or else how you will progress, correct? Na? Because experienced people, when they're telling, we follow, we will actually progress. If we turn our face, then we have to face the consequence. So first you should know how to take good advice. So the greatest advice ever given is Bhagavad Gita. The greatest advice ever given is Bhagavad Gita. Was given by Krishna to Arjuna. It was not only to Arjuna, in fact, it was for everyone. And Arjuna was just an instrument wherein Krishna made Arjuna to give this advice. So we have to understand, we have to see how to take the lessons of Gita, how to take the advice of Krishna, the topmost, the supreme person who has come in this 5,000 years back, who has come to actually help us to get out of all the problems. Yes, na? And how to control anger. Yeah. So how many of you get angry soon? Raise hand. Sir, na, somehow, sir, I don't know. I get angry too early. Many people have suffered because of my anger. But I don't know how to control it, but I become angry. If I become angry, then no one can control me. Yeah. Yes. So how to control anger? That also is there. The Krishna tells actually in Gita. Yeah. How to avoid bad words. So when you are angry, what will come? Bad words. Correct, no? Yes. So you should be careful. Words once left is like an arrow. Can you retrieve the arrow once left? Once the arrow is left from your hand in the bow, can you retrieve the arrow back? No. Once gone. Only words coming from the mouth, once It's like an arrow coming. Once it come out, you cannot actually retract back. So you should be very careful how to see that we don't speak bad words. Okay. So it requires to actually bring all this change to actually bring all this aspect. We have to see how to bring a change in ourselves. How to change myself. That's what comes to the point of discipline. Yes. So by disciplining our life, we can actually control. We can bring all these aspects in our life. So let us see. This is the first sloka from Gita to understand the concept of self-discipline. So please raise hand. Now I will give you opportunity to repeat after me. Okay. Or raise hand, they will get opportunity to recite after me. But keep silence. Okay. Okay. I unmuted. All those who are raised hand, I have unmuted. Okay. Now please recite. Yuktaha viharasya
विहारस्य
युक्तचेतस्य कर्मसु
युक्तचेतस्वस्वकर्मसु
युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य
स्वप्नावबोधस्य
योगो भवति दुःखः
योगो भवति दुःखः
Once again we will recite Yuktahara viharasya
विहारस्य
Yuktachetasya karmashu
युक्तचेतस्वकर्मसु
Yuktasvapnavabodhasya Yogo
युक्तबोधस्य
bhavati dukkha.
योगो भवति दुःखः
The meaning goes like this. One second. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. See, discipline means to lead a regulated lifestyle. You know, discipline means to lead a regulated lifestyle. Yuktahara. See here? Yuktahara. We have to be regulated in eating. Yes? We should be regulated in eating. Suppose if you eat fully of your stomach, then what will happen? What will happen? You will sleep. Even in daytime you will sleep. Daytime we should what? We should be awake, na? We should be doing very actively. We should be doing activities, na? So yuktahara, you should be regulated in eating. Very important. You cannot take how much ever like you want. The body feels laziness. When you are lazy, na, you go to sleep. And then you feel very lethargy to do anything in your life. So eat what is required for your body. Don't eat like anything. Okay. So the body has to be given food. Just like for the maintenance of the car, you need petrol. Okay. So what is the maintenance for the body? Food is required, you put. But see to that don't feed your body excessively. Then you will become fat and you will become lazy. Correct? No? So regulated lifestyle of eating. You should regulate our eating. Yes. Then yuktahara viharasya. And playing also. Yeah, you cannot play throughout the day. There is a time for playing also. Okay. So have the time for everything. A particular time for eating, particular time for playing. Not that while eating you play, while playing you eat. No. So regulated. Proper food with nicely cooked by mother. Don't eat anywhere and everywhere. Hmm. So regulated eating means control in not eating anything outside. Very bad actually. Hmm. That person will be putting his hand here and sometimes below the armpits. Sometimes where and all he puts his hand and he is making that. And if you eat, then gone. So never, yeah, nicely cooked hot food. All of you should take hot food. Okay, and vegetables, greenery, all these things are very nice. So regulated means to having a proper hot food cooked in home. Regulated eating and vihara, recreation, playing. Have a proper time for playing and like that. So yukta hara viharasya yukta chetasya karmashu. Chetasya, work. Yes. So all of you want to study, correct? You have to study. That is your work. So chetasya, you have to do your endeavor. Yes. So you have to have a particular time for studying, particular time for playing, particular time for eating. Everything you have to do. Now that the exam is there, let me not stop eating only. Let me study only. Not. No, no, no. You cannot do like that. Huh? No, exam is not there. Let me eat like anything. No. Exam there, not there. You have to do all the four activities. Whatever has been taught in that class, that day only you come. Normally, how you play, eat, normally you do, and normally you study. Sometimes what happens, na, we become very, very lazy. You can exam 6 months is there. So let me eat now, let me play now. Let me not study. No. You eat, you play, you study. All for all the three, all aspects has to be done properly. Not that you give up one aspect and do other aspect more. No. So regulated means everything you do have a particular time and do it every day. And Krishna is telling you eat regulated way means proper quantity you eat and you play whenever whatever particular time and you also study. Okay, not that you give up studies and just the day before exam you stop eating and only study. No. So you have to have particular time for everything for every day. Yes. Then by doing and sleeping also, you should regulate your sleep also. So when you have proper eating, then your sleep also will get regulated. You are not unnecessarily sleep. So sometimes, how many of you are having the habit of sleeping every day in the daytime for 1 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours? Yes. How many of you sleep? Raise hand. Huh? Yeah. So sleeping also. Early to bed, early to rise makes one healthy, wealthy, wise. This. Have you heard? All of you have heard this? So sleeping also. Regulated sleep means sleeping on time, early to bed. So what time all of you go to sleep? Please chat in the box. Let me see. At what time all of you go to sleep? Please chat in the box. What time all of you sleep? Let me see. Yes. Oh, some are going at sleep at 12 o'clock in the midnight. Some are going at 10 o'clock. Huh? What time you go to sleep? 9:40. Arnav is going 9:45. Yes, good. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 9 to 11, between 11:30, 10, 10:30, 9:30, 9, 11, 11, 12, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now, you will actually you will get a nice scientific idea on how much impacts your sleeping time actually. You is very important. The biological system in the body has a proper arrangements which has been made. In the coming slides, you will get to know what is how much important it is that all of us have to go to early to bed. Yes, very important. So when you do all these four things, proper eating, proper playing, proper work, studying, and proper sleeping. If you do this in a regulated way every day, then what Krishna is telling? Yoga bhavati dukkha. By practicing this yoga of regulated lifestyle, you can bhavati dukkha. You can actually counteract all the miseries. You know, you can counteract all the miseries. You know why people get that pain, this pain, stomach ache, headache, because of irregulated lifestyle. They eat whatever the time want, they eat whatever they want, sleep whatever the time want, whatever time they want. Huh? Because of this only, they have to pay a lot of money to hospital. Yes, yes. But Krishna is telling, eat on time, eat whatever is necessary, needed for your body. Sleep on time, play a particular time prescribed in the daytime, not every time, and study every day. That time, then if you do this every day, you will be cool, you will be collected, you will be cool. You will not be anxiety ridden. You will not be stressed. You will not be depressed. Hmm? Exam is there, and you have done your work of studying every day. You will not be so much anxiety ridden before exam, because already every day you have studied. Just you have to turn the pages and revise it. Huh? So anxiety is gone, everything is gone. So and then you can be, your body also will be healthy. Yes, body will be healthy, and mind will be calm, collected. Yes, and all the miseries that comes is basically due to uncontrolled mind, and irregulated lifestyle. So if you do this properly, what Krishna is telling, you see, you will be happy. All the dukkha will go away, miseries will go away. Yes, all of you are getting what I am telling? Please raise hand. Okay, my speed is okay. You are able to catch my words? Yes? Okay. So we'll go further. Nice students. Nice students. Yes. Now comes actually. Yes. The now is a very nice information to all of you. It's scientific information. And the bodily clock, the bodily clock, we have to live a life wherein the body also cope up with all its functionings. See, the body is a machine. The body has a machine. The body has certain things to do at certain time. See, you might be irregular fellow, but your body is not irregular. It has a regulated thing to do in every time. You might eat whatever you want, whenever you like, but the body doesn't do like that. The body has a particular time wherein certain function takes place. See, this body is given by Krishna, perfect machine. It is perfect machine. It works exactly. Everything cut to cut, it happens in the body. We might be irregular fellows. The body is not like that. See, now you understand how the body functions actually, particular time. Let us go. Yeah, see it very carefully. See, this is the body clock. What happens? Scientific thing. So you should be aware of this. See, night 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. What happens in the body is the body eliminates toxins from immune system, just like force at border. All of this. The army people will be actually protecting the border, right? Similarly, our immunity, the immune system will be very active at 9 to 11. To remove all the toxins. This is a time wherein the body removes all the toxins, seeing that the body is actually constantly working out at 9 to 11. What and all toxin is there? Tries to remove it, or else what? You will become very weak. Yes, because in eating, sometimes inhaling, many times toxic things will be going inside. There's pollution, air pollution, so much is there, correct? So the so much of unwanted things will be entering the body. The body will be constantly working out how to remove this. Just like a border, at the border force, the army people will be protecting the border. Similarly, the body will be trying to remove all the toxins. 9 to 11. If you don't sleep between 9 to 11, what happens? Your body doesn't remove the toxins. Then what? Unnecessary headache, unnecessary stomach pain, everything will come. Yeah. Yes. So you have to understand. Yeah. 9 to 11, toxins removal. So the body eliminates toxins. Next. Yes. Then see 12 to 4. What happens? 12 to 4, midnight 12 to 4 a.m. What happens is liver eliminates poison and relaxes. You know, if you are awake at this time, then what you will get? You will get liver problem. Yes, liver problem will come. Then insomnia, no sleep, like that. All these things will come. So now don't dare to be awake between 12 to 11, 12 to 4 o'clock. Then morning 1 to 3. Sorry, not 1 to 3. It's 1 to 3 p.m. afternoon. The body produces red blood cells. 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning, yogis do meditation. Self-controlled people, they do meditation at morning 4 to 5 because it is very, very nice time. It's called Brahma Muhurta time, very important. And 5 to 7 a.m., large intestine eliminates proper time to empty the bowel. So 5 to 7 is a proper time to go out for clearing the stomach. And 7 to 9 morning, vitamins, minerals, and proteins you eat are absorbed in the small intestine. Correct, na? So see, I told you we should have proper time for eating. Yes, morning 7 to 9. When you eat, then intestine will absorb all the food you eat. You eat whenever you want. It's like then you will get stomachache. Then the indigestion problem, everything happens. Yes, and especially don't be awake till 12 o'clock because your body doesn't remove the toxins if you are awake. So you go to sleep, the body automatically remove all the toxins, then you will be healthy. And especially those who wakes up early in the morning, early in the morning and does the mantra meditation that we have given. So every day throughout the world, people have adopted this mantra meditation. Very simple. You can sit in one place and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Very nice, Every day morning, those who cultivate this process of chanting the Mahamantra, mantra meditation in the morning, you will be free from all anxiety, especially in the morning. Yes, and so only they said 4 to 5 is a time wherein yogis, self-controlled people, actually big, and even CEO of many companies, big people, actually they wake up at that time and they take decisions, life decisions. Very nice time. It's a one and a half before sunrise is called Brahma Muhurta time, wherein all spiritual activities are very important. So only students who are very, very successful in their studies, they wake up early morning and they study. Because whatever they study in the morning, it is it go like anything. Go like very easy to grasp because your mind is cool, collected, and the atmosphere is very calm, silent, and you can think very nicely. Yes. So all of you can cultivate the process of mantra meditation in the morning. Okay. Very helpful for you. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And today at the end of the session, so we will have a mantra meditation session. Okay. At the end of the program, all of us together as a group, we will chant the mantra for 108 times. So in that way, we all will help each other in cultivating this habit. Okay. Yes. Yeah. See, Here comes all the nice things we do every day. What nice things we do? We watch movie in night in mobiles. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This will break the discipline of sleeping early to bed. Yes. How many of you do this nice activity every day while sleeping? You will not sleep, but you watch movies and you go till 12 o'clock. How many of you do? Raise hand. This wonderful activity. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, only this many, huh? All are very self already all are regulated, very regulated. Huh? Huh? Yeah. So don't unnecessarily waste your time and watching the movies in the mobiles na, you will lose sleep. You will lose, you will not get sleep because your eyes get so much adopted to the screen na, then sleep will go away. Sleep will go away. Yes. So don't cultivate this habit of watching movies in the late night. Very, very bad actually. Mm. See, in Ayurveda, Lord Dhanvantri is the incarnation of Krishna. He gives 5 tips to be away from all diseases. You want to know? See here. Yes, 3 causes of diseases is anxiety, overeating, and uncleanliness. These 3 are the major problem for the diseases. What are the 3? Anxiety, unnecessary anxiety, overeating, and uncleanliness. So you should be very careful of keeping your surroundings clean. Yes. How to be an anxiety free person? How? By being very regulated, sleeping on time, waking on time, doing all the things on a particular time. By doing this, you will be anxiety free. If you don't do it, then what? Before exam, you will do. You'll scratch your head. Then you will stop eating and study all night. And in exam, you sleep because you have not slept in night. The only time you got when writing exam, then you go sleep there. Or your head is so much aching, you are not able to recollect what you have studied. So don't get into all these unregulated things, which is very not good actually. Hmm? Yeah. So 3 things: one should be anxiety free, one should not overeat, one should be very clean. If you do this, then you see you will be free from diseases. Hmm. Yeah. Now let me ask a question to all of you. So now, suppose you are actually preparing now. What is it? Mm, mm. Say, suppose there is some program in your school, very important program, maybe related to prize distribution. Correct, no? Prize distribution program. Correct. All of you have this prize distribution programs in your school. Now, what and all you take care so that you will make to that program. So let us see who can answer. What and all you will see that this tomorrow's prize distribution. Now it is a program ceremony from the school. So you have to be there. So what and all you do now to go there? Yes, let us see how you discipline yourself so that you be there, and how you what and all you do to present yourself. So let us see who can answer. A simple answer. Simple answer. Not much complicated. Please raise hand. Switch on your video and raise hand. Now tomorrow is prize distribution ceremony. So now you have got maybe it's the second or third prize or first prize. Now you have been called. So now all the parents with your family you have to go. Now what and all you take care. Yes. Raise hand. Krishnadas. Krishnadas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we should be disciplined. We should be disciplined and regulating our works, right? Day to day.
Yeah. So for discipline, what is that? What is you will wake up early, correct? Na? Wake up
Yes, sir.
early, you perform your morning duties, and you see some checklist. What has been required from my end? You see all those things, correct? And you will see to that you will not end up in traffic, correct? So the traffic may becomes a major concern when you are going out. So you see to that at least not this time. Let me not be late due to traffic, or else you'll miss the program. So you see all these details, right? You see all these details, correct? Yes. Then what? You'll be anxiety free. Or else what? What will happen? What will happen? You will be so much anxious because of not taking care of the required things to go to a program. You will be very anxiety. Yeah, no? Correct. No? So we should always think before what we should plan and accordingly live a life of anxiety free. If you don't plan, you fail to plan. This is there is a one slogan. There is one proverb in English. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. If you recite, if you tell me, recite after me. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you're not planning, means indirectly you're planning to fail yourself. Yeah. So like that. Yeah. See, even big film stars, cricket players, film stars, and singers. They will lead even in your regular lifestyles or many big stars actually they are very self-disciplined. So especially singers. Before singing, they will not eat ice cream. If they eat ice cream, throat will catch. They cannot sing actually. What discipline? Let me eat nicely ice cream. Then they open their mouth, the sound will not come, voice will not come. Yeah, yes, and even big cricketers, many sports stars, they will not actually mm, lead a life of very irregulated lifestyle. No, they eat on time, proper food they take, and they maintain it so that they will not get into unnecessary health issues. Yeah, yeah. So to be disciplined is very important, even in food habits. Correct. Oh, there is a wonderful test here. Okay. So this is a very nice test. Okay. So there was. So here attentively, this test was made on small children. You know, marshmallow test. Okay. So marshmallow is a chocolate, very nice, tasty chocolate, and all children were mad for this marshmallow chocolate. So once many children were called, a group of children were called, and they have been told. See, the condition was now a chocolate is given. Okay, immediately if the child takes the chocolate, then the child will get one chocolate. Huh? But if the child waits for 1 hour, and later the child will get 3-4 chocolate. Huh? So now all the children were called actually, and they have been told, okay, you want now one chocolate. After 2 hours, 4 chocolate. What do you want? So child were actually. They were thinking whether to, they were thinking whether to take or not. Or 2 hours I have to wait. 4 chocolate. What if they don't give 4 chocolate? So much of the small children, they like chocolate. So there some condition is given now. The condition is, you take now one chocolate. Later 4 chocolate. For two after 2 hours. So what happened? Some children they couldn't control only. They immediately took one chocolate. They compromised for one chocolate, and some were thinking, oh, let me wait. Right. and later they couldn't tolerate only. Sometimes some took after half an hour, some took after 1 hour, uh, like that, and then the few uh, could actually made till end. 2 hours they waited and they took what chocolate and they went. No, the data of all the children were taken. All the children who happened to take after 2 hours were taken. And they have been followed up throughout their life. When they become elderly people, they were followed up. Then it was seen those children who could tolerate for about 2 hours, they were very successful people in the society. They were very talented, very successful. And those children, they couldn't tolerate, they immediately took chocolate. Those children were not so successful. Huh? Yes. So by this, what we can understand, my dear friends, those who are self-controlled, self-disciplined are one who can actually be successful in their life. Yes. This was simple test made, but this test shows a very nice output, that how much self-control is required. Correct, na? You cannot, unless you are self-controlled, you cannot lead a life of regulated. You cannot, see, unless you control yourself, how can you control yourself from playing all time? How can you control yourself from eating more? Correct, na? How can you control yourself from sleeping on time? Correct, na? So self-control plays a major role in executing these disciplines of sleeping on time, eating properly, eating proper food, sleeping, all these things, self-control. So from these children, we can understand if you are not self-control, means you are planning to become failure in life. Yes. So be self-controlled. Yeah. So here comes what actually leads to anger, Yeah. So now I will request all of you to raise hand. You can recite after me. Please raise hand. Those who want to recite, please raise hand. You're rising? Yes. Vaishnavi. All of you are there? Oh, 1 second. Okay, I'll recite. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Ka Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate. Yes. So here comes a series of steps that is involved in arising anger in us. No, I was telling how to control anger. So we should be self-control, right? So how to be self-control? So we should understand the inner mechanism. What happens? See here, first step is we contemplate, we think on some sense objects. Suppose if you are meditating on something which is you cannot cater it, you cannot actually get it. Say for example, now tomorrow there is a sports competition. Now today there is a nice party made, nice oily food, everything is there. Now your senses, you're contemplating, oh, nice food, nice spicy food. Oh, now you're contemplating. Dhyato, you're contemplating on that food. Vishyan Pumsa. Sangha. Because why? Because you are in a Sangha. Sangha means association. You are in association of those people who are going to eat lavishly, very spicy, very oily, not good for your sports competition. But that association is forcing you to take it. If you take, then your stomach will not be proper. Then tomorrow in the sports you will fail. So initially, what happens? You will by associating with the people who are actually wanting to enjoy, you will also be forced to enjoy. Dhyayato. Actually, by contemplating, you will get forced. Dhyayato Visham Sangha Stesopajayate. Then what happens? Attachment arises. Huh? By contemplating, then you get attached to doing it. Then, when that particular process, if someone comes and takes you away from that, then you get angry. Hey, why are you not allowing me to do this? Your parents are advising, hey, don't do it. Tomorrow is a sports, you have to actually practice for it, and your stomach will go bad. So please take this advice. What, I know everything. I will take and nothing will happen to me. Like that. So we will become angry. Yes. First, we think, we contemplate on something, some aspect, and from that contemplation and from that constantly thinking of it comes attachment. And when that attachment is taken away, we become angry. ध्यातो विषयांतम संग स्तेसो विजायते संगा संजायते काम कामात् क्रोधो विजायते. So from attachment arises desire to enjoy it, and then that when that is obstructed, there is obstruction in that fulfillment. What comes? Angry. Why are not allowing me to do this? Yeah. Yes. So from anger comes bewilderment of memory. When you are angry, your memory gets bewildered. You cannot think properly. Then when memory is lost, you will lose your intelligence. When the intelligence is lost, we are as good as animals. Yes. Personality in our parampara, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. All of you know, he was a district magistrate, judge, and he was leading such a life, such a life. He had throughout the day scheduled of his activities, and he had lot of time even to practice what Bhagavad Gita says. Yeah, he was a magistrate, and he was such a disciplined person. British people had a railway track laid to his house. Can you just think of? British people had a railway track laid to his house, so that his time was so precious that government didn't want him to unnecessarily waste his time in traveling to court. They just laid a railway track only to his house. Just he has to board it, and he will go to the judgment place, and so many people will be waiting for him. And he used to give judgment just in a minutes. He used to give, and many issues he used to solve. And what? He had time for it, and he had time for writing. Every day morning he used to wake up and write scriptures, commentaries on various scriptures and Vedas. He used to write, and he was a married person. Yes, and children were there, and a very nice father, and having taken care of everything, and he has time for everything in his life. Yes, for everything, for family, for work, yes, and for personal scriptural understanding, studying. So he had time for everything. Yes. So in this way, we should have time for everything. Bhagavad Gita. Why Bhagavad Gita? Why? What will help? What it will help? No. Read Bhagavad Gita and have time for your personal school studies, and have time for playing, and have time for eating. So you do everything, be a balanced person, then you will be free from everything. Yeah. Then if not, if you don't take the lessons or advice, see how to take good advice was the thing. Correct? Na? If you take good advice from Gita and apply in your life, you will be anxiety free. Correct? Na? Yes. Yes. So any question till now? So now is a question forum. You can ask me questions. Yes. Any questions? Or any suggestion, feedback, or what you felt regarding the program? Yes, today's or recollection, reflection. Or else what you understood, some points you can share. Please raise hand. Sir, this was nice. It was very helpful for me. Some aspect. Yes, Krishna Das.
From today's session, we are very disciplined, sir. We know how to be disciplined and how to be everywhere disciplined, sir. Every time.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Yes, Bhuvaneshwar. Bhuvanesh.
Sir, in this session, how to control angry, that's you said.
Okay.
And self-concentration.
Concentration. Yes. Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Anyone else? Yeah.
avoiding the senses from.
Yeah. Yes. Senses from sense objects. So before sports, you should not have gone to the place where people are eating very oily, spicy, and all. Going there, you also lost your self control. You had and you came last in sports. Yeah. So we should we should plan. How can we manage out our time? Yashwant has asked. Huh? So manage your time means what? Have particular time for everything. Have time for studies. Have time for playing, and do it every day. If you don't do it every day, then you will lose the time, and later you will be very anxiety to complete your syllabus. Correct? No? So every day you do whatever has been taught, then you will be free from anxiety. Correct? Yes. So yuktahara viharasya. Having proper time for sleeping. Every day on time you sleep. Eat whatever is necessary needed. Play on time and study every day. That is your duty. You have to do every day. You study. Then you see you will be anxiety free because you are pakka person. Every day you are performing all the activities, having particular time kept for it. Then you can easily do it. Yes, punctual time. We should maintain time for everything. See, one thing I tell you: do it every day. What you are doing on the same time. Don't shift. Don't shift your playtime, study time, and all. Every day, see anything, any machine you take, it works very efficiently when the same thing is given to it again and again. Same thing, same, repeated. Repetition is always good. So try to see that every day you do some particular activity on the same time. Don't change your timings, and the body gets confused. Yes. So for you to stay cool and collected, have a proper time for playing every day. Play at that time only every day. Eat at that time only every day. Study at that time only every day. So then what? Your body is also, you are cooperating with the body. The body also understands. So okay, this is it will also work functional ways it works nicely. Yes, any other question? No question? I think all are very shy, not speaking. Switch on your videos, everyone. Let me see who and all are there. At least switch on your videos. Rohan, Lavanya. Yes, Deepika. Yes, everyone switch on the video. Ritesh. Yes. Yes. Vaishnavi. Yes. Yes. Nice. Yes, all of you switch on the video. Ravi. Yes. 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 Sana. Vijay Koda. Hare Krishna. Yes. Nice. Okay. Rohan, you want to tell something? You are raised hand.
Sir, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna thought we should control the anger, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, but in Mahabharata, Arjuna got so many times anger. He was angry so many times.
See, anger also is role to play. You cannot exhibit anger wherever you want. For a person who is fighting against adharma, he has to be angry. So actually Arjuna told, let me not become angry, let me go to forest. That was not the proper application of anger. So when anger is utilized, Hanuman was angry, correct? Very angry against Lanka. Yes, he actually burned the whole Lanka only because his anger was utilized to serve Lord Ram. Yes, similarly, when anger is utilized in serving the nation as per the guidance of the government, then that anger is good. So Arjuna had to become angry. Because Krishna advised him, hey, become angry, you person, you fellow, you have to be angry now. Or else how you will fight? Because Adharma has to fight. You cannot, I am very calm, collected, let me not fight. No, that is not the So violence has its role to play. Violence has its role to play. If people are throwing stone and police people let me not become non-violent, is it okay? No, they have to take lathi. Or else how they will control the people? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Did I answer the
Thank you, sir.
question? Did I answer? Okay. Okay. So all of you sit on a erect position. We will do mantra meditation now. So please open your videos, everyone. Everyone, please open the videos so that everyone will get inspiration to see everyone and do this mantra meditation. Very powerful and effective way. Okay. You can keep your fingers like this on your lap. Okay. Yes. Okay. So all of you repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Okay. So we will chant 108 mantras. So I will tell you how to count also in hand. In the fingers there is lines na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Close one finger. Then again count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That count in this 10 however you want and close one finger. And again close one more finger for one more 10. 20, 30, 40, 50. Again count 10 and remove one finger. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And count 8 here. 8. 108 over. So like that we count because we usually chant in the beads. That is called Japamala. In that 108 beads will be there. So by pushing the bead one by one, 108 beads will push. In that way, we will come to know 108 mantras we have chanted. But right now, you might not be having beads, so you can chant in hand. And slowly, we will send the beads also, so that you get more focus and concentration in the mantra meditation. Okay. So you should chant it loudly, audibly, so that you can hear. Not so audible, not so loudly that you will lose the strength only. No, whisper in a way that softly whisper so that you can yourself hear it very attentively, very clearly, each and every syllable very clearly. In this way, your mind and tongue are controlled. See, if the tongue is controlled, automatically mind is controlled, and ears. So you are hearing the mantra, automatically mind is controlled. You will see that mind will not go here and there. When you are hearing the mantra, you see mind is with you. As soon as you stop hearing the mantra, the mind goes here and there. So focus on hearing the mantra you are telling. Then your mind will focus and it will stay in one place. Okay, we'll start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are done with 108 mantras. Yes. Maybe all of you wanting to chant more. Yes. Sir, we could have continued some more time. Yes. So in your free time, whenever you get, you can do as much as you want. It is very helpful for you only. So you can all cultivate chanting this Maha Mantra whenever you get time. Yeah. Then you will see your mind is collected, cool, calm, collected. Your time is also managed. And this mantra is very user friendly. You can chant anywhere, anytime, any place. But better in the morning, prescribed time you give. Just like you eat food every day on time, similarly, you take food for the soul. Food for the soul. Every day. Yeah. Yes. Oh no, Yashwant is asking, sir, shall we continue some more time chanting the mantra? Yes. So you can all continue chanting. Yes, continue chanting. The program is never ended actually. You can have your program of chanting mantra every day. Yes. You are not bereft of the mantra. The mantra is there for you forever. No money has been taken to give this mantra. Yes. Yeah. So please cultivate and become good person. And who is a good person? Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati kinchana sarvai ganasatya samasute sura hara bhaktasya kuto mahat gunan mano ratena sutidavato bahihi. It is said in the scripture, Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati kinchana. When one becomes an akinchan bhakta, One who becomes a pure devotee of Krishna, he gets all good qualities. Qualities equal to that of a demigod, big demigods like Indra, Chandra, Vayu. He will get a qualities like that. There's those people. On other hand, one may be made a very skillful, very talented fellow. But if he is not a devotee of God, then he will be having by default he will be having all bad qualities. He will hunt women, he will drink, he will smoke, he will become angry. All these things will be there. Though he might be outwardly, he might be actually getting success, the so-called success, material success of studying and all, but no impact on the character. So I want all of you to become a very good character people. Yes, by taking to this process and give a good example in society for all generation to come. Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Stay tuned for next Sunday. I think more 2 sessions is there. This 4 session, more 2 sessions. Then we will see how to go ahead. Hare Krishna.